Super excited. This hand looks amazing. We're on the play. If we hit one land, I think we're in a pretty good spot. This is an example of what this deck can do. Curve out very well. We're aggressive enough to push damage into the late game. Everything seems to be going well. Waiting on the opponent to resolve mulligans. Make sure I can see the chat. Perfect. Turn 1 Stadium Headliner. Turn 2 Curse Crafter. Or Squelcher, depending what basic they play. Turn 2 Eclipsed Realms on Goblin. We see some blue. This is probably the blue-green deck. Don't think we'll be playing too much against counter magic. Let's get the Curse Crafter down while we don't have to worry about counter magic. This is an aggressive beater that they can't really block super profitably. Sultai Reanimator, okay. This also does a lot of work if our opponent is playing the Spider-Man deck, which it looks like they are. They'll have a board wipe on 4. Let's go pay 2 life, get down the Howl Squad, I believe. So they have the Spider-Man in their hand, they have the Bringer. There's a world where we want to use this dropkick next turn to kill our own dudes. We can jump to very interesting here. If we get the Howl Squad down, we could push more damage. They play third land after we've attacked them for 4/5. They're in 19. Then the following turn, we could potentially kill them if we draw a 1-drop. Then we lose our board. Alternatively, we play the dropkick now. Play the dropkick now. Next turn, if we draw a land, we can go Seer Slicer, Squelcher. I think it's right just to play the Howl Squad. Try to be the aggressor. Put them to 14. Put so many goblins on the board that even if they are able to kill everything, yeah, Curse Crafter and Howl Squad are both bad for them. They have the Stormbrood. They can kill that. We can pay 2 life. Get the drop kick down. Use this to jump the Howl Squad. Go to combat, attack with everything. We would have been pretty close to lethal. We would have had exactly lethal if they hadn't done that. But now the Howl Squad's going to die. So then we have a board next turn. And they had to shock. They had to shock in order to play their Spider-Man, and that gets us the win. GG's, opponent. Well played. Okay, so even if they had an untapped land there, they would have died to us bringing back the Howl Squad and the 2-drop. Then we play 2 of our other creatures. They have Spider-Man, Bringer, and Overlord. That's 3 blockers. They have to block all our creatures. When our creatures die, we deal them damage. It would have been very close, but we think we would have gotten there even if they hadn't had to shock themselves to death. Very, very close. Okay. Let's run it back. This hand's okay. It's not the greatest. We have lands and spells. We can get the Bastronaut down turn 1. We can feed Appa the Cabbage. or feed the cabbage to Appa. I think we go to combat. We attack. Then we get down our sear slicer. We start to develop a board. This is going to allow us to outpace the removal most likely. Looks like they're another Sultai mill deck. They do have the cash grab. Or they do have the Spider-Man in the yard. Okay. A Lord is exactly what we needed. Combat attack. Put them 12. I don't believe that we can kill them next turn. 3, 6 is 9. Plus 4 is 13. Wow, we do kill them next turn. They have the Verge. They have removal for the Dropkick Bomber. Even if they do this, Curse Crafter might push us into the game. Yeah, I mean, if I just pump up this Bastronaut a couple times, I know they probably have some form of removal. Oh, I have to write down my matchups. So, who's the first one? So it was 7 rounds. We played 4. The 5th win, R5. Okay, they get to kill the Lord. R5 was Reanimator. This is round 6. Also versus Reanimator. Goblin. Get the Curse Crafter down. Pump the Bastronaut. Combat attack. 6. I have 5 dudes. Oh, they have the Arden and the Deceit. So Arden's going to be able to reanimate Terror. I don't know if that's enough. Oh, no, because Arden gives things... That's right. Arden does give things lifelink. It's going to be very close here. Does opponent have their 4th land? They're trying to figure out how to tap. Opponent's slow rolling the 4th land. They go to 4. Spider-Man enters as a copy of Arden. I don't know if this is enough. They're going to gain 5, go to 9. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus what I double strike. They get an Overlord. The Overlord has lifelink, but it also has haste. Picks up another Spider-Man. Does not have... Very interesting. Does not have a bringer in the graveyard. Okay, another Krenko is not helpful. This can be a black source, but it can enter tapped. Next to combat. Everything. So they go to 9. They take 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Very interesting. Okay, opponent, I think this is Xaxes. Pump. Pump. Double strike. Xaxes. Good game, opponent. Reanimator back-to-back matches. R6. Reanimator. Part 2. And then we do it one more time. Deep breath. Reset. Very excited to see this deck do so well after so long. The new cards are absolutely beautiful. It's nice to have some new tools to cook with in the kitchen, and I'm very happy. Yeah, we had the aggressive pieces in the earlier sets, and now we've gained the more grindy cards. I think that overall, this deck is incredibly impressive. It's just figuring out the sideboard slots is going to be as always, the hard part. But, in these best of one games, the deck really does show how aggressive it can be. We can really erase these quote unquote combo decks if we just keep decent hands. Play Goblins at the LCQs in Portland. Can I see your deck list? 1000%. So let's go. Let me play this game and I'll give it to you 1000%. But actually, I made a Twitter. I don't know if you're on Twitter or Blue Sky, but if you go to Goblin Ringleader, it's also on my flex slot, but the list is on my most recent. So if you go to profile Goblin Ringleader, it's the most recent thing. I 7-2'd with this list earlier today, and it looks like we are potentially in a position to do some nasty things today. Turn 1 Bastronaut, turn 2 Howl Squad, turn 2 Sear Slicer, turn 3 Howl Squad. I want to see what my opponent's doing. Looks like they're doing green-black mid-range stuff. Harvester, okay. Goblin. Let's get the Squelcher down. But yeah, the list is on my flex slot. I'll post it in the description of this video as well. Festering Gulch, Town Greeter. This is an interesting build. Looks like this is Roots. I'm super excited to see how this deck does. So let's go Blood Crypt, Shock, get the Howl Squad down. I don't even think that we want to be attacking because this Moon Shadow is going to get so big. However, I think it's fine. We have to start being aggressive. And if they don't want to trade, we can get this Champion of the Weird down and potentially wipe their board. Because this by itself has put 6 -1/-1 counters on their creatures. Bloodghast does not have haste because I'm not at 10 or less life. Badgermole Cub's pretty good. But I mean, if they're trying to grind, we're going to see the power of Champion of the Weird next turn. Another Badgermole Cub. And a Town Greeter. Opponent's deck is really cool. Moonshadow's a 5/5. I am at 7. I don't even really get to pay too much life because I have to pay for this. And then I have to pay for the Champion of the Weird. I don't even know if I want to do this. Can blight 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Alternatively, I get the Bastronaut down, the Seer Slicer down, I make an attack, I make a block. I think I like that more than doing it next turn. Let's get the Seer Slicer down, get the Bastronaut down. Go to combat, attack with 1. They eat it. Another Moon Shadow, sure. Tap land. I go to 4. Bloodghast comes back. All right, let's see what we can do. So we have to go 2 creatures on this Moon Shadow. Bloodghasts by themselves are lethal. So we have to go Badger Mole. Badger Mole. Yeah, this doesn't look good. This does not look good. I don't think there was a window for me to be able to do this. I guess I didn't have to shock. I would have been at 7. Yeah, I shocked for no reason. Good game, opponent. Okay, so we pick up the first loss. Really close to undefeated with this list. That was a really aggressive start for my opponent. Moon Shadow soloing us there, which is super powerful to see. I think that this list is very good against the slower, more grindy decks in the format. I think that we are the best aggressive deck. But against other aggressive decks, we don't have Burst Lightning and Strike, which we were playing for the longest time, to give us that kind of back and forth in the aggressive mirrors. However, we were 6-0, and that was our first loss. So take it with a grain of salt. The matchups so far were Mono White Life Gain, Simic Ouroboros, Green Black Reanimator, Mono Black Slasher, Reanimator, and then so W round 7 was Green Black Moon Shadow. And then rounds 8 is right now. I mean, I like this hand. Let's go turn 1 Bastronaut. Getting the Bastronaut to double strike as fast as possible is really important. Let's go Goblin. Get the Curse Crafter down. If they're playing Lessons, we want to turn off the Iroh's Demonstration as early as possible. Burst Lightning on the Bastronaut, sure. They do take a damage. So they're blue-red. They strike the Curse Crafter, okay. I guess the Squelcher would have dealt them more damage. But that's neither here nor there. Goblins, get the Squelcher down. Let's get the Stadium Headliner down. Curse Crafter, I guess, is better against a board wipe. It's also a better blocker. Nova Hellkite. Do they want to pay 2 life? I mean, they have to. It's not a May. $16. Okay, so we can go Curse Tosser, Behold, Auto Pay, Target. And we'll play the Stadium Headliner as well. Go to combat for 2. Emberheart Challenger. Burst Lightning. They have to pay 2. They can attack for 3, no blocks. A Lord is phenomenal. This means the Nova Hellkite no longer kills our creatures. They go 7. They can play the Nova Hellkite and then Scalding Viper, bounce, warp another Nova Hellkite. That's a winning line. Kill the Curse Tosser while they can, without it killing the Challenger. Or they could kill the Stadium Headliner because it's just hard removal. They attack me down to 6. And then, what is this? They have no cards in hand, just a bunch of cards warped. So sequencing, if they go Nova Hellkite, they can kill this. So I have to get this down first, even though it's less damage in the long run. Attack for 3, put them to 4. They play Nova Hellkite. They attack for 4 in the air. No attacks is interesting. Goblin. We get Taster of the Wears down so that we can jump it. Next to combat. No attacks. I guess we die if we try to get cute. If we could jump this into attack, force a block. That's fine. That's fine. Jump. Oh, the Curse Tosser can't block. That's right. I guess that was a free attack last turn then. Let's jump the Taster of Wares. Block. Go to 2. So that was a punt. If we attacked with the Curse Tosser, we force a block. Big punts. Punts and F's in the chat. Okay. Because, yeah, right? We attack with the Curse Tosser last turn. We can kill the Emberheart Challenger. We block with Nova Hellkite. We still have the sequence of jump the Taster of the Wares to block a Nova Hellkite. But then they don't have a blocker here. I guess I don't have a Curse Tosser to attack with. Very interesting. Get the Krenko down. Go to combat. Attack. They block. Damage is good. There's nothing to blow up. I can jump one of these, and then I died the second dragon. Nova Hellkite is really good. It was not, in fact, fine. What's up, Derek? Appreciate you dropping in. How you doing, bro? Oh, Jihad, no. Well played, opponent. Well played. Okay. Yeah, I can jump the Krenko. And die in the air. Flying is really good. Okay. We started off 6-0. Now the losses are catching up to us, but I believe we can get one more. I believe in us. This was, is it? Aggro. And deep breath. Reset. If we feel like it's a bad hand, we're going to mulligan it. We're not going to keep okay hands. I think these last 2 matches, I've kept an okay hand. It was decent, not bad. Opponent definitely had better. Such a beautiful art. The dragon's dancing. It's actually insane how beautiful it is. But this list feels amazing. I really enjoy the main deck. I don't know too much about the sideboard. We're still figuring out the numbers for the sideboard, but the main deck feels absolutely insane. After this match, we'll talk about the list and then maybe play a little bit more. Okay, we don't have a 1-drop. Let's see what opponent's doing. Opponent just goes land pass. Let's go tapped. Challenger's okay. We can go Verge. Inversion. If there's a 3-drop. Oh no, this grub is going to allow me to pick up the nameless inversion no matter what. Well, a pair of Hellkites is good, so 3 sideboard slots for that. Yeah, I think that there's certain cards that are just insane. Grub is a good example of a card that allows us to grind really, really well. We would have definitely preferred the Hexing Sculptures beat nameless inversions, and also going to sideboards against that deck is huge. Okay, so we go Mountain. Could just get the grub down, pick up the nameless inversion. I kind of like that. Pick up the nameless inversion again. Could flip the grub. There's not a lot of value in flipping the grub. Although the following turn, it does allow us to pick up the nameless inversion a 3rd time. They find their 3rd land. Optimistic Scavenger. Sheltered by Ghosts? Question mark. Ethereal Armor. Okay. They get Prowess, a counter. So it's currently a 4/4. So 1 prowess trigger, 1 counter, and ethereal armor counts for 1. So this is 2, 3, 4 with the counter. Some nameless inversion's not quite going to do it. We could chump. I don't think chumping is the greatest option here. We could pay 1 to flip it. And we could play Taster of Wares, take a card out of their hand. I'm going to say no blocks. We're going to be greedy. We're at 11. So I can go pay 1, flip it, play a land, play Taster of Wares. I get to look at 2 cards out of their hand. I get to attack, blight onto it, look at 3 cards out of their hand. And then chump with a Taster of Wares. And then when Grub flips the following turn, take another card. Shard Mage's Rescue, if they're slow rolling it, would be really good. Burst Lightning's fine. Yeah, if they showed us another one of those, I think we're fine with attacking. No, because if it's another ethereal armor, it's 1, 2 from the prowess and the counter. So that puts it to 7. No, it puts it to 6. Plus the ethereal armor buffs twice more, which is 8. Scavenger is 9. Living on the edge. Do we even want to pick up the Taster of Wares? So let me do some math. It does mean that I can't shock. If they have a full bore, I guess I just die. No attacks. Let's not be greedy. Let's see what they do. Next turn I can go nameless, play this tapped, nameless inversion. Okay. So I'm taking 6 here. I can go to 5. Shard Mage's Rescue is a buff for 2, plus prowess, plus enchantment, plus ethereal armor. So that's lethal. I mean, plus slick shot. So let's just chump. I guess scavenger. Could get the scavenger off the field. Yeah, let's just chump. Shard Mage's Rescue. They do have it. Yeah, this would have been lethal. So now I'm at 5. The slick shot is too big. Interesting. Should have just slammed the nameless inversion when we could have. Let's go black and just tapped. 6 minus counters on their creatures is not enough, actually. And we have to pay life, too. So they put 2 counters on a creature. They put it on the Emperor Challenger, becomes a 3/3. They put 2 more counters on a creature. They put it on the Slick Shot, it becomes a 1/2. And then I have a blocker, but I've paid 2 life, I've gone to 3. Any spell kills me. I think this is the best out. Let's get rid of the Squelcher. What's up, Tim? How you doing, bro? Thank you for dropping in. Yeah, the LORYWN Goblins couldn't feel better. It's kind of insane how busted they are. All right, so you're going to blight 2 because I'm going to blight 2. Okay. Then you're going to blight 2 because I'm going to blight 2. Okay, that's what we thought. With 1 time. Yeah, good game. Good game, opponent. You can only activate this as a sorcery. Well played, opponent. Really well played. All right. You know what? This deck is very strong. Didn't quite get there. But we went 6. Let me see. Round 9. This was Oros. So 6 and 3. So in the events that I've played today, I've gone 7-2, 6-3. And let's just run it back. Oh, yeah, I was going to go over the deck real quick for the people in chat who wanted to play this at Portland. So I can't speak on the sideboard. The sideboard is a meta call, and depending on what you believe that you're going to see. My mana base looks something like this. The caverns are in flux. You could play 4. You could play 0. The reason I don't want to play 4 is because the verges aren't the greatest. If you have 4 cavern, 4 Eclipse Stromes, the lands don't turn it on, but everything else in the deck does. 1 swamp in case they take you off your black sources, but Field of Ruin, Multiversal Passage, could be Starting Town. It doesn't, it's like the same card to me. Mudburton Curse Tosser is amazing. It allows you to basically have a fatal push when a creature dies, but it's power instead of CMC. But it's stapled to an aggressive beater, which is great. Nameless Inversion has been fantastic. You saw in that game, it doesn't always have enough. It doesn't always kill your opponent's creatures because it's not quite enough loss of toughness. But the 2/2 split between that and Hexing Sculpture has felt very strong. Sometimes you need the counterspell removal. Sometimes you just need the hard removal. Grub is fantastic, like we saw in that game. If you flip it back and forth, you're able to do some very grindy mid-range stuff. Taster of Wares, same thing. Very, very powerful mid-range card. Dropkick, Howl Squad, Seer Slicer, Stadium Headliner, and Bastronaut are all like the staples that we've been playing for a very long time. Krenko hasn't felt the greatest in these last 3 games, but usually there's a lot of situations where Krenko will win you the game by himself, and he's fantastic versus the Ouroboros decks. So I highly recommend playing at least 1 or 2. Champion of the Weird has overperformed today. It doesn't do well when you're behind, but it's amazing when you're ahead. It's a one-sided Plague Wind if you have enough creatures and enough life. The sideboard looks something like this: 2 Nameless Inversion, 2 Squelchers, just so we can board out whichever cards are bad in whatever matchup. Against Control, you cut the Nameless Inversions, you bring in the Hexing Squelchers, you do vice versa versus the aggressive decks. Taster of Wares, the 4th one, can come in pretty much in every matchup as long as you're trying to board out your 1-drops and go bigger. Champion of the Weird, we have the 2nd copy on the board. Leyline is really good against the Reanimator decks. Takes away those turn 4 wins that they have. Sunspine Links is a nod to the fact that the Jeskai Revelation deck is very, very powerful right now. And Sunspine Links not only allows them to just die if you top deck it and resolve it, but it's also one of those cards that just does so much in so many matchups if they have greedy mana bases. Grub's Command is the new Goblin Ringleader. There's a lot of situations where you cut the entire deck is goblins. There's not a single non-goblin spell in the 60 in the main. And when you bring in Grub's Command, it's kind of insane, all the craziness that you can do. I drew 5 cards and then had a Howl Squad Heavy that was online with max speed, so I was able to make a copy of Howl Squad Heavy and then cast another Grub's Command. Card's actually nasty, so yeah, I like it a lot. Let's see if we can win some games again. Events. But yeah, I felt very, very, very strongly about this deck. If I was going to Portland, I would definitely be playing this. So that's the list that I. You can race the fastest decks in the format, and you can outgrind the grindy decks. And then it's just up to you to build the sideboard in a way where you feel comfortable. Sure. We have a lot of black sources. If we draw 1, we can cast the only spell in our hand that we can't cast right now. Black, white. What could black, white be? Seer Slicer into Dropkick is a lot of damage really fast. Authority. Sure. Very interesting. Let's go. I like Seer Slicer. It is going to mean that we're not going to deal any extra damage this game, because all the damage that we deal is going to be replaced. However, when we get this Dropkick down next turn, it's going to be kind of ridiculous how fast the game runs away from our opponent. Angel of Vitality, sure. Not quite another land. Well, I can sack this, shoot this. The mobilize token doesn't help us because they have the authority. Now we're the one missing land drops. They get Wrath. Exemplar of Light, sure. Oof, okay. Get another Seer Slicer down, go to combat. Back to 20. They're going to gain 1 billion life here. Oh, should have clicked the other one. Going too fast. Deep breath. Gotta slow it down. Ooh. That's pretty bad versus us. We're going to be making so many tokens, we're going to get burned out. Okay, there we go. So we can go pay 2 life. Interesting. I think it's right just to get the Lord down. The issue is we're going to die to this flyer very quickly. Because all the tokens that we make with the Seer Slicer are going to enter tapped. We need to be able to chump this Tenacity. This is going to go to 9. This is 10 in the air. Yeah, this is bad. I guess if they take out a Seer Slicer, then the Tenacity is off the board. And we don't make an extra token. So they only get 1 more counter. This puts them to 8 counters in the Exemplar. Oh, but it also burns us. That's right. So they have 9 right now. Oof. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. Good game. Well played, opponent. Okay, okay. Burned out by black-white life gain. It's not looking good if that's the case. I think that, we should have mulliganed to a black source. Oh, and yeah, this is also infinite. Okay, opponent's doing some cool things. I give it to him. I thought they were a janky white-black deck, but they had some cool tech. Hey, any infinite combo in standard is cool with me. They get to make this as big as they want and drain us for infinite. Okay, let's take a deep breath. Reset. We were so close to the 7-0. I could taste it. And then we lost. That's how it goes. So what happened? We got comfortable, I think. I think that we were getting some really good draws, and we didn't focus enough on mulliganing to a strong enough hand to play the game at the level that we were at. Once you get to those XO, like 6-0 bracket decks, then the games you're playing are much, much faster, very little room for error. And we kept hands that were medium, not bad, but medium, could have been better. And opponents had some real rippers. Probably going to play 1 or 2 more, and then we're going to crash. Yeah. I like these hands a lot. We go Bastronaut into Curse Crafter. Turn 3, we start using Stadium Headliners as removal spells. Goblin, get the Curse Crafter down. Pokin. Yeah, and Curse Crafter has just felt absolutely amazing. It's got Death Touch, so it blocks incredibly well, and it allows us to be aggressive into blocks by our opponent because of the fact that it shoots them for damage. Gaida, interesting. So we can go play Stadium Headliner, sack Stadium Headliner, kill the Gaida. That shoots them for 1 and makes the Bastronaut unblockable. And we can also now attack with the Curse Crafter without fear of them blocking. Opponents thinking about if they want to tap out for another creature. If they just play 1 creature this turn, I think we're in a pretty good spot to start snowballing with tempo. Yeah, so that's an example. They attack. What does this mean? This has to mean something. Wrath of God? Day of Judgment? Sack 1, shoot the Enduring Innocence, poke them, then attack. This has double strike. It has to be Day of Judgment, right? Can't imagine what else they would have here. Maybe they have 3 mana spells in their hand and they're trying to figure out the sequencing for them. Now I can attack with Stadium Headliner, and I can make a dude, and I can sack it to deal 3 damage to something. Now they get the authority of the consoles. Card is quite strong against us. Another Gaida. They gain a life and draw a card. Play a land that lets them scry. They have green mana for some reason. We'll find out later. Oh, that's fantastic. We just have Stadium Headliners in the bin. Okay. Can we kill them here? So if we sack to shoot the Hinterland Sanctifier, is there a reason to kill the Gaida? Is their ramp important at all? So playing the land no matter what. We have the option to grub. We could grub, pick up Stadium Headliner, play Stadium Headliner, but then we can't activate this one. We could double pump, or I guess we could single pump grub or single pump activate. But we can't do double pump and shoot. They're at 13, so I think we're setting up for next turn. So in that case, let's go to combat. Everything in attack. Mobilize trigger. I guess the mobilize doesn't matter then. They not stay at the same life. That's fine. They go to 14. Before blocks, we'll sack the Stadium Headliner to shoot the thing that lets them gain life. They can put counters in Gaida. Oh, I see. So their angels will enter with more counters. There is a reason to kill it. We'll activate this ability. They get to block this mobilize token. So I guess I did let them net gain 1 life for no reason. We could have sacked before we attacked. They wouldn't have gained life. They're at 7. They have 5 mana for angels, 6 once they play a land. If we draw a land, we can triple pump the Bastronaut. 1, 2, 3. That makes it an 8/8 double strike. Hylia. Glad we killed the other Soul Sister. They can attack with Gaida. It's got Vigilance. They didn't. I don't know why. We did draw the land. We can go land, Goblin, done. I would like to go to combat. I would like to attack with everything. Blocks. One, two, double pump will be 4 mana. This is interesting. Menace is incredibly powerful. I remember when they invented Menace and they brought it into the fray. Interesting. Activate. 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 That's 8 double strike. Good game. Double strike is dumb. Authority of the Consuls is strong, but Bastronaut is stronger. Yeah, that was Cursecrafter doing the Lord's work. Incredibly powerful. So close to the 7-0, but we're going to run it back. We're going to get it. I believe in us. Might not be today, might not be tomorrow, but, 6-3, still pretty decent of a record. Not insane. But I like the list a lot. The new goblins feel very powerful. And I think that, the best thing that we can do as somebody who loves, the best thing I can do as somebody who loves a deck that's like goblins is to just test things. Even if it's not the greatest, even if it doesn't always work, you might not always go undefeated. But I like to just run through games, run through play patterns. I learned things, those last 3 matches that I lost in the last one probably taught me more than the 7-2 that I got earlier. All right, opponent's got this shiny robot as a friend. I have Mr. Cabbage. All right, we'll go basic mountain and the Bastronaut. This looks like Simic or a Boroid. Eclipsed Realm on Goblin. Let's get Cursecrafter down. Counterspell. Very interesting if it is a counterspell. Dispelling Exhales. This is Simic or a Boroid. Okay. Let's go pay 2 life. Howl Squad Heavy. Does this one resolve? It does. Interesting. They don't want to bounce it. Okay, they do want to bounce it. But after I go to combat and get my token. Fascinating. They surveilled. Not into the bin. Oh, it's Kona. Fascinating. Okay. Okay, so we get to go Howl Squad Heavy. Combat, make a dude attack. Station is a sorcery. So is there any window for me to kill the Kona before they station it? I don't believe so. But next turn I can Taster of the Wares, look at their whole hand. If I go no blocks, I take 10. I still have 2 turns in the air to live. If it's tapped, they can put a permanent into play. They do not have a permanent. That's not a good sign for us. They are at max, or we are at max speed though. So everything is mana neutral. Astronaut. Guess we could have gotten the Howl Squad down first. What is it if they behold a dragon? Counter unless they pay 4. Interesting. So I can go to combat first. Does that help me though? 1 extra mana. This taps for 3. It could tap for 4. Pay 2. I mean, if they have no counter magic, we might be able to kill them with Howl Squads, but the chances of them having no counter magic is very low. Let's go combat. See if they have anything. Make a dude. Go to attacks. Attack for 4. If we played the Howl Squad heavy, no, I don't think so. So first strike damage is fine. Normal damage is fine. Second main, I have more mana. So let's go tap for 4. Play Howl Squad. 3 mana remaining. If they have a Dispelling Exhale, okay, they didn't. Tap for mana. 6 mana. I can go Taster of Wares, look at their hand. X stun counters. X is 3. Tap creatures you control of hexproof. But I can play another creature next turn. I think that's fine. So stun these creatures, sure. Then I can look at your hand, take the card out of your hand. It's a second Kona. Then I can go play Krenko. I could kill this Kona. I guess not. Now I can't. But I can play this Kona, or this Krenko. Tap Krenko. Make 7 dudes. Stock up. Find an Omniscience and a Meringue River Regent. We go to blocks, block, go to 2, and then they get to put something into play. Do they put a Sire of 7 Deaths? No, another Meringue River Regent. They're going to bounce the Krenko and something else. Yeah, they might have gotten this one. Bounce Krenko and Bastronaut. If we draw an untapped land, no, we did not. Interesting. So everything does have haste. You can go Bastronaut plus Seer Slicer. Go to combat, make 2 more dudes. Everything can attack. What is this? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They're at 1. Good game, opponent. Well played. Okay. Very, very close. Not killing the Kona in response did matter because it allowed them to put the second Meringue River region directly into play. Okay, okay. Well, you know what? What was our loss the first match too? I forget. But this was a lot of fun, and we'll be doing this again tomorrow. LORYWN has all these new tools, so we're going to be doing a lot of really fun things going forward. Thank you all so much for dropping in. Thank you so much for being here. The list is on the Flex slot. The list is in my Twitter, my Blue Sky. So if you want to see more Goblins content, we'll be back here tomorrow, 10 o'clock p.m. CST. Till next time, I hope you have a beautiful day. Peace.